I want to give a shout out and a huge thank you to Kin Lee, who was such a big help in Kansas City selling raffle tickets at the Mega Mimo
Micro Dig, maker of the gripper. Work safer, work smarter.
This week's video is also sponsored by WhisperSync. For years, we've been trying to organize this pantry, which seems like a good idea because it has these really large drawers, but as you can see, everything just kind of gets piled up in there and it's impossible to find anything. One of the problems is that these drawers are too far apart, so things get stacked on other things. I've tried to add a separate drawer here, but it just gets piled up with stuff. My solution was to get the smaller items out of the big pantry and store them in this space-saving pantry, which will make them a lot easier to find. Smaller jars like spices will fit in the door shelves, and the center shelves will hold bigger, bulkier jars and cans. I'm gonna use this shelf pin jig to make the holes for the adjustable shelves. There's a cleat on one side that grabs the edge of the board and lets you line up all the holes. This door piece is so narrow, I want these holes to be closer to the edge. So I'm gonna use it with this strip here in place. My drill won't fit into this small space, so I'm using this right angle attachment. Then to move it forward, it's got this little pin that you just drop in the last hole. This cabinet part will be a lot easier. I don't have to use any of the spacers, and I don't need to use that drill attachment. I'm using solid lumber for the top and base trim. Just gluing this edging onto the top. I don't want to have to fill any nail holes. I'm going to use these thin spacers to raise the doors just a little bit. Okay, let's give that a test drive. Nice. Well, not bad. It needs a little bit of shaving right there. I think it's just about there. I'll install this magnetic catch. Now I can start to assemble everything. Now to get those screws in from underneath. See if I can get a couple screws in the other side now. I'll screw the top on the same way. These felt pads will protect my hardwood floor from scratches. For the door shelves, I've made a little cleat on the front edge just to help prevent anything from sliding out when you open these doors. I'm using these kind of shelf supports because they've got a hole in them, so once I get the shelves where I like them, I can screw them into place and prevent them from sliding out when I open the door. Let me take a moment to talk to you about the sponsor of this week's episode, Whisper Sync for Voice by our friends at Audible. Let's say you're all curled up reading your favorite Kindle ebook, when all of a sudden you remember, I've got somewhere important to be. No problem, you just listen to the audio version of that book, all synced up exactly where you left off. But did you know that there's already narration available on over 60,000 Kindle bestsellers? Books like The Girl with All the Gifts, drop everything and get a copy now. The Girl with All the Gifts is a dystopian thriller. It's about a little girl named Melanie who truly has some special gifts, including some amazing ones you'll find out about at the end of the book. If you've read The Girl with All the Gifts, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. Learn more about Whisper Sync for Voice and this amazing technology by heading over to amazon.com/woodworkingsteve. And once again, I want to thank Audible for supporting Woodworking for Mere Mortals. And here's what the pantry looks like, all filled up. It's amazing how much stuff this holds. And I gotta fix that squeak. Thank you for joining me this week on Woodworking for Mere Mortals. If you'd like to make one of these pantries yourself, check below for a free set of plans. If you enjoyed this project, you'll probably also like this bookcase, also made from a single sheet of plywood. I'd like to remind you to become a member of the Meow-Meow community and post pictures of your own projects over at formeremortals.net. Tons and tons of ideas and inspiration over there. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you next week.